Good morning, everyone. This is Rafe Gal. We are playing some more Pokemon. This is Pokemon Shield Nuzlocke. We are heading back into Motostoke briefly. Wow, it's thinking really hard there. So, here's the deal. I went and did a little bit of research because one of the nice things about using Pokemon Shield for a Nuzlocke is when we get to the wild areas, we get a little bit of flexibility that we wouldn't normally get in a Nuzlocke, which is, I think, an interesting kind of balance to it. And that is based on the weather. So I went and did some research and figured out what Pokemon are available along our entire route through the wilds and what level they are, which I didn't look up last time, and I should have, because I almost got my butt kicked a couple times to the point where I had to go off camera and figure out how to recover. Regarding like Watchtower Ruins and Giant Sea. So, I've made a plan, and the plan basically involves I'm not going to go to certain areas like Watchtower Ruins and Giant's Cap, either because of level or because Dusty Bowl, especially Dusty Bowl, both because of levels and also because some of them have weather that won't give me optimal choices for Pokemon. Now I'm still gonna catch whatever comes first, but like Watchtower Ruins right now has a bunch of stuff that I'm not interested in that I'm probably not gonna use. So we're gonna wait, basically, until another day, and I have two other trips, or at least one other trip through the wilds when I get my bike for water travel, so we can probably revisit that if we need to, at absolute worst. However, for now, one of the other things I noticed is the stuff that we're getting into is all level 26 plus. Level 26 2, there's one area up here that we can potentially catch something that's above level 30. Having the fire badge means we can catch up to level 35 successfully. So, the other thing is Hammerlock unlocks EV training through Pokejobs, which I do want to do. So, I am going to do a little bit of grinding first. We're going to actually go back into Galar Mine 2 because that seemed really efficient, and level up some of our lower level Pokemon that I think need to get caught back up. Not even lower level, just some of the things that need to get caught back up or evolve. Lucy evolves at 26, Tristan evolves at 30. Sam, Eric, Terra are all falling behind, or Sam and Eric are falling behind a little bit. Terra just needs a few more levels to be functional. And then from there, there's a few others that do need levels as well. Dora doesn't evolve until level 48, so that's going to be a ways off. I love Noivern. It's a really powerful Pokemon, but it's also doesn't evolve for quite a while. So yeah, basically between all of that, I have a vague plan for what I want to potentially get out of the wilds. I'm not gonna like intentionally skip the entire thing. There's just a few areas that I'm not gonna go out of my way to go back to right now, basically. Malcolm should be able to take out these Stunfisks in 2 hits. So yeah, I have a few good options. I'm also going to be taking a risk with one of the things that I can potentially catch, if I have the option to. We'll see what I run into first. Namely, one of the Pokemon that's kind of floating out there is a Salandit. Salandit is a really weird Pokemon in that it is either really good or really bad. Similar, there's actually a couple other ones that are similar, like Combi. Vespiquen is great, but it's female only. And the evolution for Salandit is the same way. Where it only evolves to Salazzle if it's female. Now, obviously, in a normal situation, I would sit there and try and catch Salandits until I get a female, but in Nuzlocke, I only get one shot. So if I happen to have the opportunity to catch a Salandit, I'm either going to catch it, and it's going to be a super powerful force for us. It is one of the best, highest power Pokemon of that type. It's fire or poison, which is great against the Fairy Gym that's coming up. And is also very high special attack and speed. So yeah, that's kind of I'm gonna take the risk if I have the opportunity to catch it, just because if I end up getting a female, it's worth it. If I get a male, I'll probably just kill it, even though I could potentially catch it, because it's literally not worth using unless it's female. Because it won't evolve, and its stats as an unevolved Pokemon are too low. I feel like that's kind of wasting a slot, but at the same time, I feel like being a little bit aggressive with one of our choices isn't a terrible thing. Apparently these only show up once per cycle. So yeah, and then once I get to Motostoke, we're gonna do some story stuff, Motostoke, Hammerlock. Once I get to Hammerlock, we're gonna do a little bit of story stuff, but then we're also going to take a little bit of time off to start getting our Pokemon EV trained. Like I said, I will explain this a bit more as we get closer to it. But the short version is, Pokemon stats grow at different rates based on how you train them. So EV training, you can see here, the interior, I believe, the dark yellow there. So currently, a lot of these Pokemon that we've got are very non-focused. And we're not going to go back and undo that, because that's kind of unfair, honestly, for a Nuzlocke. But taking a couple days to just train, like, in this case, Malcolm is going to be attack and speed. Even if it's just one dose of each, that is really powerful and helps get our stats. Basically ensures that our stats are a little bit more focused, even though we're not catching for good natures and stuff because of the fact that, it's a Nuzlocke and we can't do that. Like I said, one of the things that I like, one of the reasons I wanted to play Pokemon is because I love talking about the mechanics. And the fact that it's a Nuzlocke means that there's certain parts of that normally I would take into consideration that I can't. Also because it would be boring as hell for the rest of you if I were to be doing my normal playthrough strategies for Pokemon, because I go out of my way to catch things that have specific natures. I go out of my way to catch things that are the right gender and the right, you know, eventually EVs, and breed until I get the right abilities and all this stuff. The stuff I talked about last time I was grinding. Now, I'm not going to do all that, because this is a Nuzlocke. And I feel like going through any of that stuff is kind of against the spirit of it. You're supposed to take what you can get. However, that doesn't mean I can't make the most of what I have. If anything, that just means that when I inevitably screw up and lose something that I've taken all that time to train correctly, I'm going to be even more upset for losing. This feels like a much better... Ooh, that's problematic-ish. Except for that whole part where it's taken an Intimidate. It's a fighting move against a flying move, and it's... Malcolm has good defense inherently. Okay. First triple-digit hit points. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how much I want out of this. Like, how many levels do we need? Obviously, Malcolm is actually in more than great shape. We're probably going to be switching him out once we get through this section, just because... I mean, honestly... He has definitely done his part getting through the fire gym, and he's very high level right now. Okay, so Malcolm is out of moves, so we're going to swap him and Sonia. And continue our grind. That's right, we have high horsepower now. She may be able to one-shot these. Yep. Sonia is also very powerful already, and probably not going to be in our party for the entire time because of that. We need to actually balance out who's getting levels, to an extent at least. However, I'm definitely okay with having... Actually, she evolves at level 30 also, so maybe we go for that at the very least. At that point, she should be pretty strong. We should be able to kind of stomp our way through the next sections if we need to. Although we do have, what is it? Route 6 is like a desert area. Okay, so we're gonna go escape rope. That should set us back where we came in. So we can now start here again. Just a little grind. So, my thoughts here. We're gonna be dealing with stuff that gets up to level 30, or into the 30s in the next in the wild areas potentially. And Route 6 looks like it caps at around 30 as well. And then when we get up to Stoan's side, we're gonna have the 4th gym, which is Ghost. And the Ghost gym, we don't really have a lot that goes well against Ghost, do we? We don't have any dark types. Oh, Thunderfang is actually not that great. So yeah, that's looks like the Ghost Gym is 36. That's slightly disconcerting, I guess. But again, we have a ways to go before we're there. We're gonna hopefully have some training between then now. We'll probably have another grind session, at least a brief one. I'm already feeling much better about this party as I'm looking at it. We're getting to the point where I could probably swap, probably use either Sam or Eric to get a little bit more out of our XP. So I'm gonna probably get Sonia up to 30. And then we'll swap, I'm trying to think of who would be good for that. If we can find a good spot where we could fight some bug-type Pokemon, we could bring Eric up front, or Sam, or both, and let them take charge for a little bit. Probably gonna tag somebody else in as well here. Wimpod's gonna run away, that's fine. Wow, actually took the hit. I suppose the other option, theoretically, would be Akira. I don't know if he can one-shot these, but he should be pretty close with Dive. The downside with Dive is that it takes 2 turns, so it is a much longer process. Sonia could definitely continue this now pretty much indefinitely, because of this. Mudsdale, which is, again, I've said several times, basically was the Pokemon that carried me through Pokemon Sun Moon. much higher stats now. Very high hit points, very high attack, very good defense and special defense. Yeah. Okay, so water and ground. Are what it would be weak to. Jared can't pull that off. So yeah, I think I go Akira here. See if he can. Otherwise, I'll go heal and go back in with Malcolm until he's also level 30. Malcolm may also be going into the Ghost Gym because he has Crunch. So we're gonna start with Dive. Akira's fast enough that he may just not get hit here. That'll miss. Dive will trigger. Just about. And then he has Aqua Jet so that he is guaranteed to go first. Also, it's a slightly more efficient way to use our PP for our moves. And honestly, if he gets one more level, or if I had gone and gotten the incense quick, which I may just go do, he should be fine there as well. So yeah, he is much more likely to... We have to be careful because he actually is going to take more damage than most of the other ones we're using in this situation. Because of stuff like this. And actually, even though we have Aqua Jet, I'm going to use a Super Potion here. Because I believe Sucker Punch goes before Aqua Jet. Called it. Okay, Akira leveled up. That actually may be enough to one-shot with Dive now, which is nice. And I think I'm actually going to take the exit to the north here, and we'll go and pick up that incense, and then we'll make one more pass through from the north down to the south. Then we'll go through the wilds on our next video, and maybe do the story parts of Hammerlock. And from there, we should be good to do training stuff. So, yeah. Which I will talk about after. Again, I will talk about in more detail after we actually get all the stuff figured out. We're going to go ahead and buy a Sea Incense. Let's go ahead and grab an Odd Incense as well. That boosts Psychic moves. And we actually have people who use Psychic moves now. And then we'll go ahead and hop into the Pokemon Center. I suppose technically we should probably... We could either switch Akira back from... You know, we haven't actually used Akira much. Let's go ahead and just keep using him here. Technically, Malcolm would probably be as efficient, and I do want to level him up more before the next gym. But I feel like Akira will do the job fine here. And then from there we can continue on. So hopefully he can now one-shot things with Dive. That's kind of the goal. If it keeps using Sucker Punch, we're gonna end up needing to heal still, but that's okay. Oh, okay then. That's unfortunate. Well, if that is the case, then I think it is actually going to be fair to swap. Malcolm back in to see if we can finish this off. Because if he can one-shot things, it takes a lot less time to get through with Waterfall than it does with Dive. And his defenses are much better, so it's a lot safer. Still not quite enough to do one-shot there. If it was lower level, he could have, probably. Or it could even be down to, like, Natures and IVs at that point, with how close it was. I just realized that some of the options for the stuff I can catch in the wild area are also good against ghosts, which I hadn't thought about, and is actually promising. There we go. One shot on that one. Good sign when not all of our Pokemon are getting levels every single time in the area before the one we're going to. So yeah, we could probably take this entire team into the wilds as we are. Should be able to survive. Again, the big problem comes down to whether or not we can kill things, or we can fight things without... Catching Pokemon is weird. Like, genuinely. The strategy, especially in a Nuzlocke, catching Pokemon is one of the most dangerous points, because if you do too much damage, you catch it, or you can't catch it. If you do too little damage, then it can hit you back. And unless you have a good defensive Pokemon, and then even then you're still dealing with stuff like crits. Like, both of our situations where we've lost Pokemon, we're trying to catch them, not in a trainer battle or something. Whoops. Binacle... we can just take out quick, I guess. Should be fine. It's a water rock, so should take full damage from that. So close. Oh, there's still 3 more. I was thinking that was the end. Obviously, by the fact that I was riding my bike thinking I was going to be making it out the tunnel. Sucker Punch. Om nom nom. Okay, so there should be then, now that I'm remembering this correctly, we should have 2 more Stunfisks. Eric wants, no. Great Face. Lucy actually evolves from electric to manectric. And will also be much more powerful here. And I'm gonna get back off the bike to get a little bit better control. Got another level. Again, Tristan evolves at 30. And goes from being a relatively not usable Pokemon right now to a very strong Pokemon at 30. Which will be nice. Have a few 30s in there. Sucker Punch for Waterfall. One more Crunch. Should do it. There we go. Terra got another level. Wants to learn Takedown? No, that's fine. So Noctowl's a normal flying type that has okay stats, and is a special attacker, which I'm excited about. Both of my new flyers I got are special attacking flyers, which means that they get Air Slash, which is one of my favorite moves. So I'm kind of excited to get those Pokemon up and running. And I think this is where we're going to call it for now. We're going to head down to the Pokemon Center here. And we will be heading back into the wilds. Shortly. So, hopefully you're still enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.